y'all straight. If anything happened to y'all, it's gonna happen to me and mine, you know what I mean? And we shook hands on that, you know what I mean? I looked him in his face and told him, like, you good, like, I'll make sure that, you know what I mean? And he came in, he did the show, and he was really happy because he didn't know the way the city was gonna embrace him. He never knew how many fans and how much support he really had out here. And I feel like that was the moment where people seeing that the 918 and the 405 could coexist, could coexist, damn, I'm stuttering, could coexist. And also, that was the moment that he knew like he was a real superstar.
Told you we was giving you the okay back today to make a way. He gonna die today, nobody. All right, we got, I mean, normally I say, you know, one of, arguably, but I think I'm safe saying we got the hottest DJ in Oklahoma. Oh, life might give me a little pushback, but
that's
I'll deal with that.
Hey, but the good thing about that is we're under the same umbrella.
Facts,
you know what I mean?
For
and
sure,
life as families.
You know, we got DJ WayneInDisThang sitting down with us. How you doing, bro?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Great.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Always. And, you know, you've been busy. I appreciate you taking a little time out of, you know, your busy schedule, running around the country and everything to sit down with us. So,
for sure.
This is the first, you know, time we've done this. I want to just, you know, kind of go all the way and tell the whole story.
No, let's do it.
If that's cool,
whatever you need, let's do it.
For sure.
For sure.
I mean, you like born and raised in Oklahoma? Or?
Yeah, yep, Dale City. That's why I say it's so funny that you say life. We grew up in the same neighborhood, Oak Cliff, Dale City area, Southside babies, you know what I mean? And to see him where he's at, I know this interview is about me, but I just, anytime I can, you know, to see him where he's at is amazing to me because we come from the same type of background, same type of struggles, and we blessed to both be two of the, you know, biggest, most influential DJs and artists or whatever in the city. So it's a blessing for sure.
For sure, for sure. So you went to Dale City?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what type of kid were you? Into arts, sports? What?
I can't play no sport to save my life. I can, like, if it's like shoot the ball or die, I'm just shoot me now. I ain't even gonna shoot. You know what I mean? But it's like I always been. When I say this person, I don't mean to say that like in an arrogant way, but I always been like somebody that was cool with everybody, you know, and I was actually WayneInDisThang before I ever DJ'd or did anything. That was already my name in school, and just cool with all the people that play sports, cool with all the gangsters, cool with all the girls, cool with all the nerds. You know, I'm cool with everybody, so this has always been my persona, and it just transitions into what it is today.
For sure. So, I mean, what point you get involved in that? Just come naturally being, I mean, you're that guy, you throwing parties, or how you get into that?
Well, like as a younger child, you know what I mean, my grandmother, she always made me go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and we had a drum set, no drummer, so I just started getting on there, you know, I'm talking about 5, 6 years old, just like hitting on the drums, and then by the time I got like 12, I was the church drummer for real, you know what I mean, and I used to play all the time, and I just wanted to find something that I could do to match the name that I was having, you know, around the school and around the city, but something I could do that's positive and make money. So I just chose DJing. You know.
Okay, for sure. So how'd you start out? I mean, I know there's a big, there's like, I don't know what you would call it, like a debate with like the old head DJs, you know, they get, how'd you start out? You started out turntables?
Yeah, I actually did. So I got
I guess is what you would call it. Like
I got a boy, man, you may know him, his name is Yellow Cake, he a producer. So Yellow Cake, his big brother, Vegas Tegas, is a DJ, and he's been a DJ for 20, 30 years, you know what I mean? And I had told Yellow Cake, like, bro, I done bought this DJ stuff, I really wanna know how to do this. And he's like, man, my brother can, you know, show you and turn you up. So he took me over there, and then Vegas Tegas, he was like, man, I've seen too many young cats saying they wanna do this, I'm not finna waste my time on you. Like, if you're not serious, like, I'm not doing this. I'm like, so what do I need to do to show you I'm serious, you know? He like, I want you to write me a biography about 3 DJs, you know, like before you know, like Jazzy Jeffs and, you know, of the world or whatever. And I did, I wrote like a short little thing, and then he was like, I'm gonna give you these 7 songs, no computer. And you just gonna play these same 7 songs over and over until you can make them match. You find which 7 can match each other. He strategically put them, and it wasn't like nothing lit. It wasn't no Drake or, you know, Future, nothing you want to play. It was like the craziest 7 songs you would ever put together. And I sat in that room for hours and hours. You can ask Yellow Cake, you can ask Tegas. I sat in there until I made them, you know, mix. And from there, I just went back to the crib and got to it. Another DJ at the time was DJ Showtime. Same thing. I went to his garage. He just taught me things, and I just developed my own techniques and own style, and again, here we are today.
For sure. You remember the DJs that you? I'm sure you kind of got influenced learning a lot about them. You remember the ones that you were looking at?
I know for sure it was Jazzy Jeff. I actually looked up MC Light, and I can't remember the last one, but I remember for sure because I wanted to do a female and I wanted to do a male. You know what I mean? So even though MC Light, she more like a MC, but it was just something about the art of DJing, the art of MCing is what he wanted me to look into. So yeah,
for sure, for sure. So how old were you? I mean, at that point?
I would say like 19, 20.
Okay.
I was out of school already, you know, because I remember I had went to South Padre, and this is another reason why I really wanted to do this. I had went to South Padre, me and my friends, again, just being popular, we took buses. First year we took one bus to South Padre, and we rented out the seats. We rented out hotels for people, and it was a one package. Like you spend $1,400, you get your room, you get there, everything is done. You can split that up between 3 or 4 friends, you know, so it was cheap and affordable for everybody to go there and get back. And while we was going, I was playing the music on the bus and stuff, you know, just keeping the party hype. And then when I was there, I had WayneInDisThang on the back of my shirt. Again, I'm not a DJ at this time. And the DJ was like, WayneInDisThang, he reading my shirt, like just shouting me out because I'm just turning up, you know? His name is DJ Frosty. We ended up being friends and all that. And he out of Dallas, Texas. And me and him, we just connected. And the way he made me feel and the way like, you know, when he acknowledged me in that party, like the way that made me feel, I wanted to be able to give that to people. So I love like, you know, when I'm at a party or when I'm DJing or whatever, I love to shout people out. You know, if it's their birthday, if they're artists, I like to acknowledge everybody that come in the room and make people feel special. You know what I mean? Because they don't never forget that. Especially like if it's their birthday or something, like that's a moment that you share with them for the rest of their life.
Facts, for sure. So, you came back and just started trying to find parties or?
Yeah, for sure, man. Again, I'm just name dropping people that a lot of people may not know, but my dude Andre West, he was just like, again, a dude in the neighborhood in Oak Cliff. He always threw parties. So I'm like, man, Friday when you throw your next party, like, I'm gonna just come set up for free. Like, man, you suck, man. I'm like, I'm telling you, just give me a chance. I went in his living room, man. I rocked out. And then we did that like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. The police came every Friday, like, you know, but we just kept doing it. And then I just started like noticing, like I'm starting to gain a following. All the people from the neighborhood. At first, that's all I had. It was just all the people from the neighborhood. Anywhere I would I was going, they would come out. And that was good and bad, you know what I mean? Because I had like, you know, the neighborhood I'm from, it's like, you know, some gangs and stuff over there. So, you know, they would come out and sometimes fight and, you know, shoot the party or whatever. So it was like an awkward place for me because I used to get booked a lot because of what I brought and not but because of my talent. So that made me really want to, you know, go harder to actually be good at the craft and not just be somebody like, let's book him because we're going to put him on at 7, even though the club started at 10 just to bring his crowd in. You know what I mean? They used to do me like that because I could bring so many people. But now, like, I feel like I changed the narrative. Like, I actually took my time and learned the craft. So people had to respect me for both. You know, I can bring a crowd in, I can actually do the job well.
When do you feel like you hit the point where you were confident in the skill set, not just the, you know?
I would say like 2 years in, 1.5 years, 2 years in.
Okay.
I just started being next to different people and like people I used to open up for, I used to close. You know, so it's like the people was saying like, no, listen to the way he mixes compared to the way this guy mixes, or listen to the way that the crowd responds. And like I said, it was kind of cheating, you know what I mean? Because I had so many people there, it's like.
They were gonna fuck with whatever you did.
Exactly, yeah. But then I knew in my mind, I'm like, I can't do this in Dallas because everybody's not gonna be able to travel. I'm not gonna be able to do this for real, you know, when it's a national stage or a stage where people are critically listening, you know what I mean? So I just got in that booth and, you know, just practicing. The rest is history.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, at what point do you go from doing the party, you said about 2 years in, probably getting booked at clubs and stuff like that? Yeah,
so my big break, I say, my homegirl Ashley Hayes, she had the MMG after party. This is like, that's how you know, when the last time you heard MMG here, you know, it was all of them, they was all on tour. Ross, me, Stalley, Wale, the whole MMG, they was all on tour at it wasn't the Paycom at the time, it was the Chesapeake at the time. And she had the after party at the Coca-Cola Center.
Okay.
And again, since I could bring so many people, she let me on, and I did a good job. You know what I mean? And from there, then people just started calling. It's like, let's use him, let's use him, let's use him. The Nicole Scotts, the Loses of the world, all these different promoters. I started doing Venue in Bricktown, just different little spots, Purple Martini. Just started doing these little spots, and then I started doing the colleges. You know what I mean? And just took off.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Did you go to college or?
I went. I went for like 6 months,
okay.
and I only went because, first of all, if any kids is watching, just go to college and get your education. But I only went to college, because the schools was basically complaining, like Langston was complaining that we have campus DJs, like DJs that's enrolled here, and we won't pay them, but we would pay this Wayne guy. So I'm like, you know what, I got one for y'all. I'm going to school. I signed up for school. I got my little financial aid check and never went back.
But, Langston?
Yeah, Langston,
okay.
yeah. So when I did that, that really set the tone. Like I started getting all the gigs from OSU to Langston, UCO. Like people just started calling.
I saw there was a time like you were doing all the fraternity stuff.
Everything. I'm talking about it used to be fraternity parties that people don't know about to this day. I'm talking about YG used to be in the woods out here, and Rick Ross used to be in the woods out here, and Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
I done so many of them, and they were never promoted. Like it was never for the city. It was just for these fraternities, and they used to call me out, man. I used to do my thing and just meet people and just network. Again, God is good. Here we are today.
Those are weird. I mean, they put everybody on a bus to an undisclosed
Exactly.
location.
So you must have been there.
I mean, I went to school. I never, never was in there.
That's exactly how it was, man. They would just put people on buses. They would dig holes and make life-size beer pongs and swimming pool. It's the craziest shit you ever seen in your life. It was nuts.
For sure. So, and then when do you transition into doing, because I feel like it's another, like next step, doing like live events, concerts, and, bigger venue type of things.
So I started to notice that, again, like I would bring all these people, and at the end of the night, I'm leaving with $150, $200. So I'm just telling, like, Dre Songs was my peer, like he was the one. And I used to tell Dre, like, man, we got to do our own stuff. Like, this ain't making sense. And he used to tell me too. So we used to team up and start doing events and doing parties. And we started making so much money that we was like, this don't make sense to let nobody book us. So then, me, I wanted to take a step further. I met up with an investor. I'm like, hey, I want to bring, my first concert I ever did was OG Maco. It's like, I want to bring OG Maco. Well, I lied. It was actually Little Ronnie. I brought Little Ronnie to a swimming pool. That was just me completely by myself, just to get a taste for it, and I liked it, I enjoyed it. So then I got the investor, and I did OG Maco, and that went really well for me. So from there, it's like I just tasted it. I'm like, damn, I can network with these type of celebrities and make money.
Yeah.
And then it just took off
for
from
sure.
there.
So you just started doing your own.
Yeah, a lot of my own concerts, and then people used to book me for shows too. Again, if you can bring people, people gonna mess with you. They gonna put you on their events because you add value. You pay for yourself. Yeah.
Touch on that a little bit, because I feel like there's a stigma, not even just like DJs, but artists, and kind of the fact that you need to add value to an event to be.
Definitely. Like, I think a lot of people want to get on events or be a part of stuff, like as a walk-on, but it don't really work like that. Like, nobody's giving up that spot or that opportunity if you're not adding value. Like, if somebody's investing $50,000 to bring in an artist or a talent, and you want to come perform for free, you don't bring nobody into the crowd, it's like they just doing you a favor. Like, in business, it go both ways. Like, you shake my hand, I shake your hand. So I don't mind putting artists on. I put a lot of Oklahoma artists on stages, especially when I was having symphony and stuff like that. I was bringing people every week, and I used to just pick different artists to open up. But it was because I wanted to build that artist, and also because that artist brought value. If you want to get paid $300 to perform, you should be able to bring whatever the ticket price is to cover your $300.
Sure.
Like, you can't be I want to get paid $500 to perform, but I can only sell $100 worth of tickets. That doesn't add up. You should be able to sell $1,000 worth of tickets to cover yourself and make the promoter money. So that's just kind of
definitely. And then I just like, we ain't had a ton of DJs in here, so I want to get kind of your opinion on just the the different events, or maybe what's your favorite between like concerts, parties?
For sure, concerts. That's why I love the
clubs,
touring.
like-
That's why I love the touring thing. Like I love concerts. Just the energy, and then like you don't have to work all day. Like with a club, you gotta go to work for 4 hours. You in there, you just DJing, you spinning. People asking you to request songs. This. It's cool. I mean, I still love it, but the concerts is different. You show up, you do your thing, and you play the hottest records. You play records that you enjoy. You engage with the crowd, and you go home.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all know, riff-raff. It's like,
for sure.
It's perfect.
For sure. So let's get into, kind of, I mean, you've been out on tour for the last 4 years doing concert. I mean, a long time, it seems like. So what was the first, was Gangs High the first one where you went on tour, like?
No, the first tour I ever did was with Stalley.
Okay.
So Stalley was signed to MMG. He has his own brand now, Blue Collar Gang or whatever, but he was actually just in Oklahoma touring at the time, and he came into a club that I was DJing the night before his show in Oklahoma. So I was rocking out. He walked up to me, he was like, "Man, you hard. Come to my show tomorrow. I just want to, just build with you." I'm like, "For sure, I'll come out." He gave me some tickets. I went to the show. It was dope. I loved it. I watched the show. I loved the way his DJ and him interacted. I'm like, damn, I want to be a touring DJ. I'm young in the game still at this time. Like, I want to be a touring DJ. That's what I want to do. So specifically that day, I started hashtagging on all my posts. I don't care if I was posting cereal in the morning. I will become a tour DJ. You can go look this up. I never deleted it. It's all there for a reason. I posted it on all my posts, and about 2 years later, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, you still want to become a tour DJ?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." He like, "I got a tour for you. My manager gonna hit you." And I'm like, "Okay, bet." He hit me. We discussed the details. It worked out. I went on tour. That was my very first one, and from there I knew like this is what I really want to truly do. Like I do like the clubs. I do like, being in the city like and stuff like that. But it's more out there for me. And from after that, I started working with Ray J, Color Me Bad, and then I went out with Gang Time.
So that first Stalley tour, what year is that?
I would say, I'm terrible with dates.
Okay.
But I would say maybe like 2018,
okay.
19. Like it was a minute ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to rewind just a little bit too, because I feel like there was like and it may have just been me being young and feeling like there was a lot more shit going on, but it felt like there was like a heyday of like concerts where every once a month, twice a month,
that's like
big ass name.
That's like again, that's when Dre Songs and Darion, they was doing concerts. Unruly Citizens was doing concerts. I was doing concerts. It was just everybody was doing shows at that time, and the city was lit. It was really lit. But that was a lot before, like, and no disrespect to Live Nation, no major companies, AG and stuff like that. If y'all watching, I love y'all too. But that was before like they started like buying out the venues to where like independent promoters couldn't do things like that. So now it's a lot of artists that have deals exclusively with these bigger brands, and we can't even touch them. So we can touch them when they're underground, but once they get to a certain level, we can't even get them no more. And then certain venues don't even want outside promoters to come in. So it's not that we sitting around like, oh, we broke, or we don't want to do no shows. It's not that. It's we can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll charge you $20,000, $30,000 just for the venue, just so you don't want to do it. They set it up for you to fail. Yeah. Yeah, because they want to control it, and that's cool. But. Again, because they might be listening, and we might be doing a partnership in the future or something, so I don't want to like burn that or nothing, but that's the reason why it's not like it is anymore, and a lot of people that's on the outside, they don't understand. Yeah.
For sure. So, let's get into that. How'd you get linked in with Gangs High?
So Mo, June's manager, we family basically, like his dad and my cousin, they're like best friends since kids. So me and Mo, we was just chopping it up before, the whole June thing took off. And I booked June. I booked him at Symphony again, like just every week I had somebody coming through there. I booked him just as a fan. Like I didn't even know him, didn't know nothing about him. I just seen he's from Oklahoma, he was doing this thing. I'm like, damn, let me bring him out here. Let's play his music for a couple of weeks. Let's turn him up out here, and let's book him. So we did it, and it went really well. It went really real. I remember June was at the back door when first time I ever met him. They all hopped out. I ain't incriminate nobody. He didn't have it, but some guys that was with him, they had some firearms and stuff like that. And they came to the back door trying to come through the club. And maybe he did have it. I can't, you know, that's history. I don't want to say he don't be happy, you know, but whatever had happened, they had came to the back door and I was saying like, you know, hey guys, y'all can't bring no firearms in here. You know what I mean? Like that's just against the law. I can't allow that. Yeah. And they like, man,
the liquor license.
Yeah, exactly. It messes with the license. I'm like, I ain't no Uncle Tom, but I can't jeopardize my business, you know. And they like, man, damn, we ain't even trying to come in. I'm like, man, y'all gonna be good. Like y'all don't, y'all gonna be straight. Like I said, all that 918, because they always tease me about this. I was like, all that 918, 405 shit is dead. Like it stops here today. Like. Y'all straight. If anything happened to y'all, it's gonna happen to me and mine, you know what I mean? And we shook hands on that, you know what I mean? I looked him in his face and told him, like, you good, like, I'll make sure that, you know what I mean? And he came in, he did the show, and he was really happy because he didn't know the way the city was gonna embrace him. He never knew how many fans and how much support he really had out here. And I feel like that was the moment where people seen that the 918 and the 405 could coexist. Damn, I'm stuttering. Could coexist, and also there was the moment that he knew like he was a real superstar. You know what I mean? Like that was his first real show, and I think the fact that I was the DJ, you know, helping play the song weeks before, the fact that I was the one that took the chance and invested in him, I feel like that me and him just gained a mutual respect for each other. And like I didn't do that to become his DJ or to become his friend. I just wanted to see somebody get on, you know what I mean? And I think he just recognized that, you know what I mean? And I know I did, you know, he didn't act funny or he didn't, you know, he just didn't have no bad vibes. It was just all love and good energy from day one. So from there, you know, he had more shows coming up. I had got him a show too in Kansas City. And his talent had got him a show in Kansas City, but I set it up. And he just started to notice value. When you have value, man, it's just no reason why people don't want you around. And we did that one, and then boom, the Kevin Gates thing came about. It's like, damn, I'm finna go on tour again. You know, I'm gonna need you. It was funny. He was like, I don't know if I can afford you. I'm like, bro, I would do it for nothing. Yeah. Just because you from Oklahoma, you are a star, you are a hero. You know what I mean? And just to be a part of that, as well as, you know, bringing in expertise. I've already been on the road for years, and you're gonna need somebody like that out there, because it's not just go do the show, go home. It's a lot of mental stuff that you go through out there. It's just a lot of opportunity if you know how to move, you know what I mean? Or you can go out and burn a lot of bridges too. You know, not connecting with the right people, the influences when you touch down in each city, people take that offensive. Yeah. You know, it ain't like you gotta check in, but you just got to know where you at, you know what I mean? And I think I brought a lot of that to the table. For sure. So touch on that. I've asked a couple people about that. The checking in thing, I feel like is a hot, you know, topic. And I feel like it's kind of misconstrued. Like if you're going somewhere to somebody's city to make money, and you know, like. Yeah, I think that everybody just want to be too damn tough. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not saying like you checking in like you getting punked. It's just like, let me know you around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you may need me or I may need you. And it's all about the crowd you choose to check in with. You know, like you don't gotta go check in. I'm not saying go to the projects and show your gun to them, and like it's not about that. It's just about like having respect. Like, hey, yo, I'm in your city. Let's go grab some lunch. Or I'm in your city. I put 2 tickets at will call for you. That's checking in to me. Yeah. It ain't about going to pay nobody or nothing like that. I love when people from out of town call me, yeah, man, I'm in your city, man. I'm just letting you know. Even if we don't meet or don't see each other, it's just the fact that you thought of me when you came into this market. That's what checking in is to me, you know what I mean? So facts, for sure. So let's back up a little bit. I think we got a little out of order as far as the you got locked in with Ray J first? Before June? Well, as far as like the whole RSVP thing, like Ray J. Yep. So Ray was in OKC. One of my older homies, he be doing plays and concerts and stuff. His name is Melvin Childs. He was doing this play, and Ray was in the play. I was the DJ and the sound man for the play. So me and him just got cool, just in passing. And I showing him around, just, you know, just cool shit. And from there, he was just like, man, I got a show coming up. I want you to come DJ it. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, come out. We just started doing shit. We had did like a run with Ja Rule and Ashanti, like Ray J, Ja Rule and Ashanti. We did like 4 or 5 shows back to back. I did Love and Hip Hop with him 2 or 3 times, you know what I mean? Just different shit. And we friends for real. Like, it ain't like, it didn't start out as, hey, you wanna be my DJ? It more started out like we just kicking it, and nigga just got a show and I'm here, I'm the DJ. Like, I'm gonna DJ the show. So from there, he introduced me, you know, to Bobby, Sammie, and all them at the Verzuz. We did the Verzuz battle, and he introduced me to them. And then now they be calling, you feel me? It's just crazy how I be working. It's just crazy how I be working.
For sure. So let's talk about that Verzuz a little bit, because that was everywhere for a couple of days.
Yeah, that was definitely like my biggest platform, I would say, because it was like millions of people watching that shit. You know, still to this day, I might be at Walmart or something, and somebody like, hey, you the little dude from Oklahoma that was on the Verzuz. You know, it'd be crazy. So many different people were seeing that. And, you know, it didn't help that my man went viral with the Till My Baby's Born or whatever. But that's right. Like, he's a walking viral moment. I remember we was in the elevator one time, and we played a trick on him on April Fool's. Me and Princess, his manager Huddy, and my man Kid B. We was like, we gonna act like, you know, her water broke. And we act like her water broke, and that shit was all like on the Shade Room and everywhere too. Like he just, anything that he do, he can come in here and cough. Yeah. And it's gonna go viral. So it's just good to have.
You were kind of egging it on with the when they were kind of getting into it. You posted it a little. I mean, I know it's all in fun and everything, but you kind of fed into it. It seemed like.
Yeah, no, I mean, at one point I was really mad, but I had to remember like this is entertainment, and it was more so just because they kept trying to say like, who is you and shit, you know, stuff like that, and I'm just like, who is you? You know, I'm big, just as big where I'm from. I might not be big in Atlanta or LA where y'all at, but you come to Oklahoma, people know about me. You know what I mean? People crazy about me just how they crazy about y'all, where y'all from. So it's just, they kept trying to say like, DJ such and such, or like I didn't have a name or a brand. And it's just like I wasn't going. Like, the Oklahoma in me came out like, nah, I ain't going like that. So I started calling them Lil Sammie and tripping with the DJ and tripping with all them, because it's like, man, you can't be coming at me like that. Like, I'm somebody too. I wouldn't be standing here, you know what I mean, if I wasn't who I am.
For sure, for sure. So.
But now we are.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything's all good. You brought them out for your birthday.
Yeah, I brought them out for the birthday. We just did a 20,000 seater in Long Beach, I Love R&B Festival. We just did that like 2 weeks ago. So we got 2 more shows coming up this month. It's nonstop.
For sure.
Just artist to artist.
The R&B lane a little bit more.
Yeah.
Recently, is it Vedo?
Vedo
the Singer?
Yeah.
I know you've been out on tour with him too, so.
Yeah, I met Vedo the same way, man. I brought him to Symphony. You know what I mean? I booked him. He had that hot song, You Got It, at the time. I booked him. Me and AE, we booked him in again, same type of thing. He didn't have no DJ. We connected. Took him out to an after party, just genuine, just showing love, man. And I hadn't heard from Vedo for like a year and a half. I didn't even know what's up, nothing. We just on social media. Like, I might like his picture, he might like my picture, you know. Just regular cool stuff. And his manager hit me like, yeah, we got a tour coming up. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me get that. No question. Who else we gonna go to? You know what I mean? Like it was between me and somebody else. You know what I mean? But it ended up working out. And I feel like now, ain't no question who. Yeah. You know, that's over with.
You like doing the R&B shit more?
I do. You know, and the reason why is because like I ain't really no rowdy nigga. You know what I mean? Like all my homies, like out of 5 friends, 2 got murder charges, 1 died. It's like me and 1 friend left, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't really, the tough guy shit ain't really my persona. I don't really care to be tough. I'm not on that, you feel me? I know people that really do that, you know what I mean? So it's like, I like chill environments, and I'm a grown ass man. I got a son, you know, responsibilities and things that I want to live for. So I try not to put myself in too many bad situations, you know what I mean? And R&B is just, it's cool. It's like a lot of women in the crowd, older people. I ain't seeing no fights. I ain't seeing no shootout. I don't want to be around that shit, you know what I mean? So I love rap. Like, I love hip hop.
Yeah, but the shows are just a lot.
It's just a lot smoother. Yeah.
For sure. So one thing you keep like talking, you ain't like made a point about it, but I feel like you know, making the connection. A lot of people want something to pop right then. Like,
oh yeah, it's longevity. It's relationships. This whole game is relationships. You know, like I cannot preach that enough. Relationships, relationships, relationships. The little money you're gonna make one day, that's cool. But think about the long haul. Or think about the relationship over the years to come. You know what I mean? Rap, R&B, hip hop, this whole industry that we in, photography, videography, DJing, it's all about relationships, and this is an old man game. If you think about it, all the people that run the industry are old. DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, none of them are 21. You know what I'm saying? Like all the label execs, most of these people are older people. You know what I mean? Because they put their time in to get into the positions that they are now. So in basketball and football, it's a young man game. Everybody think about the rookie. In this game, it's about longevity. It's about relationships because you're a liability. Like, you know, you're a liability. If you fresh and don't nobody know what you're gonna do, who's investing $1 million into somebody that's gonna go out and kill somebody right when they leave the parking lot, when they get the money? No, they want somebody they know, hey, I invest this money. This dude been consistent for 20 years. He gonna stay consistent.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, double back in 3 years, you're on tour. You know what I mean? It's a lot bigger than, I feel like people don't see the bigger picture.
No, for sure. And again, even with Vedo, I didn't book him in my mind saying, oh, I'm going to go on tour with him in the future. It's just like, people remember how you treat them. You know what I mean? And people remember you being on time, you being professional, you being respectful, you being good at your craft. People remember that. And when opportunities, you know, come about, they're going to grab you. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So let's kind of get into, you know, present day. I mean, I know you just wrapped up that tour. You just dropped a shoe. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I kind of want to touch on it some more. So
yeah, so we dropped the shoe. It was a 3-way collab. Darion with Trendsetters. He also owns the brand I Stay Clean. Like, so that's his official sneaker. But what he does is with certain influencers and certain brands he does collabs with. So we did a collab with Basse. That's Mo. Mo is June's manager. That's how it's all like a big collaboration. We all really just pushing each other and pushing this Oklahoma shit, you know. So Mo owns Basse, and then I have a dog that I named after Mo's company, named Basse. So we use the print is the mural from my dog. Basse is Mo's brand, and then Clean is Darion's brand. So it's just a 3-way collab. It turned out real dope. We sold hella shoes, like way more than I can expect. We selling shoes right now this moment while I'm here, you know, with you. It's just a blessing, bro. I woke up that day, I'm like, man, I got a shoe dropping today. Like, this shit is crazy. And people from all over are like, do you ship? Like, it's like, it just showed me that, like, you know, when you keep your brand clean and you keep God first, there ain't no limit to what you can do, you feel me?
For sure, for sure. So, I mean, talk about, you have an alcohol brand too?
Nah, so that's
tequila?
the Tres Tequila, yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I don't actually have that brand. They was doing something where they was honoring people they feel like don't get their flowers. And I was the first person that they picked. And this brand, they doing stuff like Giveon, 2 Chainz. Like, this is a big brand, you know what I mean? And they just wanted to take me out. They took me out to like a nice dinner. And then they took me out to a couple clubs. And just, you know, just showing love. And in exchange, I put up a post for them saying, you know, thank you back to them or whatever. Just dope. But it's nothing permanent, you know what I mean? So if there's any brands out there that want to do something, you know, let's talk to my people. Let's make it happy, you know?
You can still take an alcohol sponsorship?
Yeah, I can take a sponsorship. I had Bel Air too, you know, at one time. They used to send that shit to my house, like cases. And, but, you know, I ain't a big drinker. I don't drink, you know, I had my last drink was probably 5-6 years ago, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that like a conscious thing, decision you made, or?
I just, you know, just ain't everything for, you know, for everybody. It's just something I don't really enjoy, you know. It's different, you know. And I hate being like, I ain't gonna say I hate being like everybody else, but I love being myself is a better way to put it, you know what I mean? Everybody expect me to drink and smoke, and I don't have no tattoos. You know what I mean? I'm just a different type of dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gotta be kind of hard. I'm sure you know.
It's hard.
I
wouldn't even say it's
not hard, but it's. I mean,
it's a decision.
Yeah.
It's a decision. You know what I mean? Like, if it was hard, I would be struggling. Or when I see a drink, I start shaking.
Yeah, no.
You drink all you want. You know what I mean? I'm cool. Right. Everybody tries to pass me drinks.
That's more what I meant.
Yeah. It's all day, but I just
annoying more than anything.
Yeah. It's just like I don't drink. You know what I mean? And now it's to the point that people just know that. So I'll be in the club drinking a cherry Sprite or something. People be thinking I'm drinking. I'm just vibing.
For sure. So I just wanted you to kind of touch on, you're doing a lot of stuff. I know you got the dogs. You're into, I think, the cannabis.
Yeah, I got a store, Trees Cannabis. It's on 59th and May. Between 58, Southwest 59, free pub, you know what I mean? I got to get that in there. But it's called Trees Cannabis. That's my store. I've been there 3 years. So I'm in the cannabis space too, you know what I mean? And I got some other stuff going on with my aunt called Eddie's. It's over on Lincoln. It's like an all edible store. You know what I mean? He owns Kiss and Cloud. So we just kind of all collabing and just pushing each other's brands. Cannabis Magazine, Oklahoma Got Smoke. We got a lot of this different little platforms and stuff that we trying to put together, for sure.
For sure. So talk about the importance, of, kind of diversifying your brand. Because it would be easy to just, go to clubs and concerts and, but investing into other stuff is, big.
No, it's definitely big. I just feel like, one thing that you can't do is just put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, you learn it as a child, but at the same time, you don't want to be so spread thin that nothing works either. So it's just like finding that balance. But again, with me, it be my brand and reality that I be, teeter-tottering with. Like, I don't never want to have like a name. Oh, that's Wayne, and then people think I'm financially stable. I have all this shit going on, and I'll be broke. So I just wanted to make sure, like, the first chance I did make some money was to invest in something that could be long, I can have for a long time. And I think that store and then just doing little collabs and stuff, it help you make money, to survive and to, put some away too for a rainy day. So, any artist or DJ or whatever that's out there, build your brand, but also build your real life. You know what I mean? File your taxes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Take care of your family. Like, that's the shit that's truly important. You know what I mean? So.
For sure. I feel like I know it's somebody that, it has been bringing artists to the city for a long time. You probably got a good kind of grasp on. I feel like the weed helped a lot.
Oh, definitely. It's more money. Like, when the weed came, the money came. Like, everybody out here got money. I'm walking around seeing people with custom chains on. I'm walking around here, seeing
people that you never seen in your life.
Exactly. I'm walking around seeing people the way they dress, like, it's just a different lifestyle out here now. It's like we always had our own culture, but it was kind of hard to identify people. But now it's like different culture people out here. It's not just one. It's people from LA here, Denver here, Atlanta here. Everybody's moving here because they want to, make money off this weed. So it's really changed the game. You can get sponsorships and shit. It's nuts.
For sure.
I love it.
For sure. So you also been bringing people, not even just for concerts, like. I just kind of personally even like what the motivation was for that, because I feel like it was really dope. You were just, and you still have been like bringing artists in and just kind of showing them. It seemed like we do music here. We have an industry, and like, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, for sure. Again, I just feel like it's my duty, like being from Oklahoma, to like show us in our best light, you know what I mean? So just any opportunity that I have or anybody that I can bring or anybody that I can connect with, I always want to bring them here. It's easy for me to go there and be a part of them, but I want them to come and be a part of us. I want them to come to say, man, Oklahoma is actually lit. It's not just motherfuckers riding cows and horses down the street, you know what I mean? So that's my goal with this whole thing. If I don't do nothing else, I just want people to say he's a part of the reason why Oklahoma is where it's at. That's all I'm chasing.
For sure. Yeah. So how do you feel about just like the health of, the music industry in Oklahoma right now?
It's better than it's ever been. It's so many artists that's lit right now. Like, I'm going out to like different little showcases, or like yesterday at the game, watching them artists perform, like the way that they got support and people is screaming their songs and knowing their words. I'll be happy, bro. Like, I just be like, excited.
I was shocked. A couple like those performances after the game, there was.
It's crazy, like Too Fat. And, Barbie.
What was little dude's name? Because I was trying to figure out.
I think like G something.
He had him hype.
Oh, you talking about 10?
No. I know
okay,
10,
okay.
But the one that went like after him, maybe 2 people after him.
Yeah, it was another dude. Yeah, he had it turned. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Somebody figure out his name.
Yeah, Fast Cash know it. Fast Cash, he put all them together, so he's really in tune with and I give him a lot of credit too. He's really great on the local rap scene. You know, inspiring and investing in these younger dudes and stuff like that. So shout out to Cash for sure.
For sure. But I mean, you feel like we're in a good place?
Oh man, better than ever.
What do you think is different from, you know, when you started out?
I think it's the belief. And I ain't gonna take no credit for that, you know what I mean? But the pioneers, the people that's been doing this the last 10 years, I feel like we showed people that they can make it, you know what I mean? So anybody that been doing music or anybody that's been doing anything in this industry, like kudos to y'all, but like, even people like yourself, you know what I mean? Before we had the OakA, like who was doing interviews? Who was posting artists? Who was saying, is this hot or not? Nobody, you know what I mean? So it takes a collective of all of us to come together, you know, to give people the belief and to give people the platforms, you know, to be successful.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you're a DJ, so I gotta ask this. I mean, who do you got out of the state? Like who's? I don't want to make you do like a top 5 list.
It ain't no top 5. Like to me, I mean, this is gonna sound biased, but I don't even sound biased. Gangs June. I mean, it's like anybody that's saying anything different, they hating. He got it.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like that's undisputed at this point, honestly.
He got it.
You got anybody else, you know, that you?
I like a lot of people. I mean, I'll name some people in no particular order or no particular shame, or I might forget people, so if y'all listen, don't get upset. But the givens, you know, like all the people that you know got it. Barbie, Southwest Dez, Fast Cash, Too Fat. I like, what's my boy? He be back and forth between Arkansas. Malik Andrews. I like Demo. I like Reese Money. I like, who else if I'm just riding in the car, just checking them out. I mean, I stop there, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna forget people and I don't want nobody to get upset, so I just stop there. But it's a lot of talent out here right now, you know what I mean? But with me, I'm not really in the business I am a DJ, but I'm not really in the business of chasing artists, you know what I mean? Like if artists come to me and they wanna work, let's work, you know what I mean? If you want me to host your mixtape, this is the price. Let's do it. You know what I mean? If you want me just to critique your music or just go over it, I'll listen to your shit. Send it. You know what I mean? But I think these artists be wanting me to chase them down and like come tap in. You know what I mean? And that's just not what I'm into because I'm so busy living my regular life. I'm chasing my son at basketball practice. You know what I mean? I'm selling Frenchies. I'm selling weed at the dispensary. I don't have time to babysit niggas. You know what I mean? But it's love. I'm Oklahoma till I die. I'll post your shit, tag me into it, and if I don't repost it, then come ask me why I didn't repost it. But I support everybody, you know what I mean? Even people that don't support me.
Thanks, for sure. So, I mean, what does that take? You know, a local artist, I feel like they always want the DJs aren't, you know, playing our music.
Yeah, that's their favorite thing. Yeah. Like if they spend half the time working that they did crying, they'd be somebody. You know what I mean? Like nobody saved us, nobody booked us, nobody put some money in our pockets, nobody bought our equipment. We figured that shit out, figure it out. Or like I said, come tap in, who's not gonna support somebody that comes and buys a section at their party? Who's not gonna support somebody that comes and says, hey man, let me carry your stuff in tonight. Can you play me the problem is everybody wanna be played at 1:30 when the club is the most lit when we playing Drake. Like we playing Dolph. Your song doesn't even fit. It's not even mixed and mastered. You know what I mean? Like put your best foot forward, help me help you. I don't mind. I would rather play you because I can make money with you. You know what I mean? I can build with you. Some of these guys I'll never meet in my life. Yeah. So I would rather see somebody like that make it. And that's why I say June, because he get it. You know what I mean? Like once he seen the value that I brought, we started finding ways to help each other. You know what I mean? And now, I mean, he took the fuck off. It ain't because of me, but he obviously he's a smart businessman, and that's why he's so successful. He finding ways to, you know, build his brand without crying or without needing certain people or certain individuals. Yeah. And that's the difference.
For sure. So, The main, you know, the main thing you got going on right now, you kind of jumped over into the artist lane. So
yeah,
I'm curious, just
and that's kind of like it goes hand in hand. That's kind of like just to show people. I say not that I know what I'm doing, but just to show that it can be done. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people feel like bro was a fluke. Like June was just he just lucky. Like he's very talented. You know what I mean? He know how to do business. You know what I mean? So it's the music business. You know what I mean? It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. It's not just the music.
The music's a small part of it.
Yeah, exactly. The music is a piece of it. You still have to do business. You still have to have your EPK. You need a publicist. You need branding. You know what I mean? And I just want to show people. And I want to create a platform to help artists. But I feel like until I put points on the board, or until I get a song in the top 100, or until I do 1 million views, nobody's going to listen to me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just do it myself. And then I'll say, all right, guys, come sit down. Let's discuss. Let me help you guys. Let's do a feature. Kind of like what DJ Khaled do. I want to be able to do that with all these Oklahoma artists, man, and build a bridge to help them all get over to the other side.
For sure. So you signed a record deal, single deal? I mean, what is? Yeah,
basically it was a single deal. You know, some guys I've been knowing for a long time, Good Credit Records, Moon Inside. I came to them with the same proposal, like the same thing I'm just saying to you, like, hey man, I need to put points on the board. Y'all guys put up some money. Let's get on some blogs. You know, let's get some radio. Let's do some advertisement. You know, let's do some big shit to show these artists that it can be done. And then we can create a label situation together and sign some talent and help these people.
With the proof of concept.
Exactly. That's all this. I don't want to be a rapper for real. You know what I mean? I live like one. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be a rapper. Yeah. Like, it's not, rap is the most dangerous job in the world. You know, I don't want to be a rapper. If anything, I need to learn how to sing. I'm going to take some vocal lessons to be an R&B star, but I don't want to learn how to rap. So, just proof of concept, like you said, I just want to be able to show people, like, man, I'm not just talking. I know what I'm doing. The same thing I did with DJing. People used to think I was crazy. Man, you think you a better DJ than such and such, or you think you're going to be bigger than such and such? And I done went to Jakarta, Indonesia, you know, Cape Town, South Africa, off my talent. So I know something. You know what I mean? When I lock in on something, I focus on something, good things happen. And I got a lot of contacts. You know, I meet people like all the time, like digital marketers, A&Rs. I meet people every day, you know what I mean, when I'm out doing stuff with these bigger artists. So I'm gonna use them same contacts and build a bridge. Again, I can't say it again enough. I'm gonna build a bridge for all the Oklahoma artists to go over. Anybody that, you know, want to get there, they'll have a platform. Because everybody's vision isn't that. You know what I mean? Like, every artist that gets on is not gonna reach back and save everybody. They gonna save who they love. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's my duty to try to save the masses. I can't save everybody either, but as much as I can, I'm gonna save.
Why do you feel like that is? Like, why do you feel that responsibility?
I'm the old head, you know, like a lot of the artists, they all the same ages, you know, and they all got the same temperament. Like when you get to a certain level of success, and when you get to a certain level, like certain age, when you get to a certain level of this humility, like, you know, you just want to give. You just want to, like, you find a different type of passion. You know what I mean? Like, my passion, I love helping people. I love giving, bro. I love just giving, you know, it's just my nature, bro. That's where I come from.
For sure. So let's get into the actual song a little bit. Slide. Yeah. You got 2 features on there. Yep. Super J and Sayer.
Yeah. So Super J, I mean, he's one of the biggest artists Oklahoma has ever had. He had On the Set. That song went crazy. It was all over the world, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure, you know, he slowed down a little bit, you know, just being honest. He slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure what happened or why, you know what I mean? But I've always loved him in his music, in his style, his demeanor, everything about him. So I always told him, if I ever get a platform, bro, you coming out that house, you know? And Sayer, I just met her the day we did the record. It's crazy. She was in the studio with with Moon Inside, the people that, you know, that's funding the song or whatever. And they was like, man, we want you to do a record with her. And I'm like, all right, we could do one. I'm like, I got something, like, let's have her sing, you know, some backgrounds or whatever on this. And it just kept developing, and she wrote a verse, and I loved it. And we all just meshed, you know. Super J wasn't even at the studio. Me and Syer already had certain things wrote down, and I took it to him. I sent him the beat, he sent me back something. I took the hook, well, a piece of the hook actually, and I wrote the rest of the hook, sent it back to her, and we just all pieced the song together, and it just came together. It was a masterpiece.
For sure.
So we got Slide, dropped this Wednesday, 6:30.
For sure. Yeah. Was that weird to get in the booth after all those years? And I mean,
nah, because like I always did like people's mixtapes and stuff, so I'm used to being in the studio.
Yeah, but it's different just, writing a verse.
Yeah, writing a verse. Yeah, I used to rap though, like when I was a kid though.
Okay.
That's a story I ain't ever wanted to tell nobody though. But yeah, I used to try to rap and shit before I became a DJ. Me and my cousins and shit, we used to rap like a mug, you know. And I used to freestyle at school. I actually made the song that the basketball team and the football team came out to. They still playing that shit. I graduated high school in 2009. They still playing it at Dale City. It's just like a chant. We ripped the Eagles. Like, you know, when the team come out, the whole arena used to go crazy, for real. It's crazy shit, for real.
That's dope.
True story.
That's dope. So it was easy getting back in?
Yeah, me and my homie D Wright, we did that song together for the school. But yeah, it was a piece of cake. Just went in the studio, just did my verse. I had some troubles, you know. I mean, I ain't done it, but long story short, just keep practicing. It's just like anything else. You put your mind to it, you're gonna do it.
It's already doing good in the. I don't go to the clubs, but yeah. I was at Faster a couple of weeks ago. Brosco played it, and you know, I don't think people knew it like that, but they doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a natural, like just the beat with no words on it. It's just a natural feel good record. And again, like I said, man, I'm promoting love. I'm promoting positivity. So when we named it Slide, everybody thought it was gonna be like a shoot 'em up bang bang song, you know what I mean? It's nothing like that. It's something you can play at a barbecue, a family reunion. It's not even made for the club, you know what I mean? It's made for when you riding with your girl with the windows down, or when you on a boat, or when you in the backyard cooking. That's what this is for. It's just like something that everybody can enjoy. I want kids from 12 to adults 65 to be able to enjoy this song. So that's why I chose the sample and everything. It just flow.
For sure. So it's coming out Wednesday, the 14th.
Yeah, 6:30
p.m.
Yeah.
And then
on
you got
all streaming platforms.
You got the video shoot on Saturday, right?
Yep, on Saturday. So I know it's kind of backwards. Most people like release their song for a long time, let people learn it, then shoot a video to it. But I'm unorthodox. I do shit how I want to do it. You know what I mean? I want my shit right there like that. You know what I mean? I don't even want people to know the words in the video. If they want to know the words about the video, they need to go listen to that motherfucker 3 days in a row from morning to night, and they'll learn it. You know what I mean? But because it ain't about that. It's just about a vibe. It's about an experience. You know what I mean? I want people to, when they listen to my music, I want them to like, to feel what I was feeling when I made it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want them to, you know, when I was making that song, again, I was just thinking about my family and just having a good time and some of the best moments of my life. So that's what I want Slide to make you feel like. No drama, no, you know, just a good ass block party, good ass time.
For sure. And the video, I mean, given the location, all that.
Yeah, it's gonna be at Washington Park. It's at 430 Washington Park on the 17th. And then the 18th is gonna be at Skate Galaxy on 36 and MacArthur at 6 o'clock. Everybody welcome, pull up, no charge, no cover. Bring out the whips, bring out the dogs. Again, block party, just a good time.
Yeah. And then, I mean, what else? I know you were talking about it before the camera started rolling. You got a bunch of stuff coming up. I mean, what do we need to be on the lookout for other than that?
Oh, man, I'm about to get back on the road for sure. You know, I don't just like to sit around here. I love to be here. This is home. But I'm about to get back on that road. We got another song already done too. I haven't released or even talked about it. It's called Match. Got another song too, you know. And then I want to do some more collabs. Of course, I'm gonna do some with June. That's a given. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do some with Vedo. All the people that I'm working with. My vision is to have a song, you know, where I got Big Gavo and Too Fat, or I got Sada Baby and Fast Cash. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my vision. Or I got a Super J and Chris Brown. Like that's what I want to do for Oklahoma. I want to help put these artists on the platform. But it's all about this first song. I need everybody to support Slide, man. Let's put this on the board so we can turn around and, you know, keep going.
For sure.
Yeah,
is that the end goal? I mean, I feel like you said DJ Khaled, but the DJ Khaled mixtapes are kind of like old mixtapes would do what you said and like break new artists with people that are established.
Yeah, now he only got big. Yeah. I mean, of course, that's the goal for anybody. Yeah, you know,
but,
you just elevate as you go.
I'm saying,
but
like
off the rip, yeah, I don't want to do nothing more. I mean, there's nothing more that I want to do than to put some Oklahoma artists on. Like, that's my goal, you know what I mean? And I know that sounds crazy because the first thing the Oklahoma artist is going to say, well, why you don't come to our studio sessions? Or why you don't do this? Or why you don't do that? Because the time ain't right, you know what I mean? When I feel like somebody is where they need to be and they just need a little push, that's where I'm going to help. I'm not going to come into the trenches and find you. You know what I'm saying? That's not my job. I got to keep building my brand so I can extend my hand. If I get out the water, then how your boat gonna float? You know what I mean? I gotta be able to pull you in. You gotta get close enough where you can get the rope. You know what I mean? So just if you listen and you artists, just keep working. Like I actually see more artists than they think I see. But again, that's not my position. And another thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna play with nobody's career. I'm not gonna come and take money from you and say I'm gonna do this and that. Don't do that. You know, everything I say. If I say the sky's blue when you go outside, that motherfucker gonna be blue. You know what I mean? My word is so much to me, you know what I mean? And my brand is so much to me. So I pass up on money and opportunity daily, you know, from people that want to pay me or want me to do things for them because it's not worth the money. You know what I mean? I would rather really help somebody get to where they going, you know what I mean? So that's where I stand.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think, I hope everybody listens, especially to that last part you just said. Having everything together is important, and you know the time has got to be right on everything.
Yeah, it's before we marry, you know what I mean? We can date. I can help you. You know what I'm saying? I can help you get a song played somewhere in the club or something, or I could, you know, post your album cover, or I can introduce you to another artist that you may want to do a collab with. No problem. I book artists for people all the time, like for clubs and stuff. I book artists for them to bring people down. I'm a booking agent, you know what I mean? I'm a friend. I'm a give you advice. I'm a therapist. Whatever you need, I'm here for y'all. You know, all artists. I'm here for y'all. You know what I mean? I do everything I can, but I'm a human too. Sometimes I do say no. Sometimes I may not feel like it. You know what I mean? And people got to just understand that. You know what I mean? I'm not your daddy. You know what I mean? I can't put you on because this is the thing, man. A lot of people, they be like, I want to be successful or I want to be a big rapper, but they don't have no destination. You know, success is not a route. There's not like a place where you just say, oh, I'm successful now. You have to write down your goals. You have to write down what you want to accomplish. Let me look at that piece of paper and I can help you cross some things off. But until you do that, it's like a cup. Like you just keep putting juice in the cup, but it got a hole in the bottom of it. You're never gonna be fulfilled because you don't even know what you're chasing. You know what I mean? You're just chasing success. What the fuck is that? So that's one thing I feel like every artist need to do is just go sit down and write down their goals. Like I want to have 5,000 followers. I want to have 200,000 plays, and a lot of more would be happy and they'll stop complaining and bitching so much and get to work. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Well, I mean, I don't think we missed anything.
No, we good.
I think we're good. Like I said, bro, I appreciate you, taking time out of the globe, trying to, sit down.
Sure, I appreciate you having me, bro, for real.
For sure, bro. A lot of gems. I hope people are listening, to everything you got to say, because there's a lot of stuff that, they may not be able to get in that room with you, like you said, or have the conversation, but, you gave a lot of game to them. So that's it, bro. That's all I got. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you.
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's WayneInDisThang, and I'm giving y'all the OK.